She's talking about voting rights on Monday, a series of speeches. She's laying the groundwork for how she comes up with a message. Listen to a part of her speech.
Anyone who says that racial discrimination is no longer a problem in American elections must not be paying attention.
I am surprised in this first year that she is getting political this quickly.
Really?
And laying the groundwork this quickly. I really thought she was going to take... You have sky-high bipartisan approval ratings. You come off foreign policy, it's the least political of the offices or hold. Why not hold on to that as long as you can? The thing that has surprised me by this is that she has done nothing to tamp down the sort of enthusiasm for her, understandably, and now she's embracing it by giving these series of speeches. It means she's going to become political sooner. Now, with that comes some negatives. It means you're going to get scrutiny, like we've seen this week of the Clinton Foundation. You're going to get dings for things that Terry McAuliffe's doing in the Virginia governor's race, where in the minute you stop being above the fray, and that's the decision she's made, you are then starting the presidential campaign, I think, a lot sooner. And at some point, they're going to look back and go, ooh, should we really have started this soon? That is the one thing about this entire sort of run up here that's surprising.
Rich Lowry, you were watching. You didn't like what you saw. You wrote about it in Politico, and this was the headline of your column, Hillary's race card. Madam Secretary hasn't missed a beat. You write, she knows that the calling card of Democrats in the Barack Obama era is a polarizing politics that seeks to fire up minority voters by stirring fears of fire hoses and police dogs. Its basic vocabulary is imputations of racism. It's evidently standard is low and dishonest, and ethic is whatever works so long as it stirs fear, anger, and resentment. Get ready for Hope and Change 2.0.
Well, look, she's going to be a formidable frontrunner if she runs, but as Robert can tell us, she's been a formidable frontrunner before. And I think one of the big downsides of her is that as a politician, she's not really a natural. So she'll be vulnerable again to someone potentially creating a prairie fire on the left. So she's fighting the last war here. She wants to shore up the left, I think, as soon as possible. So she, didn't, you might expect a former Secretary of State to give a speech about Egypt when it's descending into the abyss. It was about voter laws. And these voter ID laws, depending on how you count, about 30 states have them. They're popular across the board. A Washington Post poll not too long ago said more than 60% of blacks and Latinos support these laws. They've been upheld by the Supreme Court 6-3 by a very liberal justice. So I think the case against them is extremely weak and inherently demagogic.